Hi, today's tutorial is about sketch relations. So for that, open new part, okay, and quickly I will show you. Go to front plane and we'll sketch something. This is add relations, so I will be letting you know regarding this add relation. When you click here, add relations, it shows this. So what are the relations between lines, or in short, the relations in sketches? For example, this is the line escape, and I want to add some relation. If I click this line, it shows line properties, okay, but if I click here, add relations, and then click this line, what are the relations, what kind of things you want to make? Okay, so let's start with the first relation, which is horizontal. So I want to make this line horizontal, so I can click directly here. Look, now it has become horizontal. Done, my work is done. The line is horizontal. And how this line is horizontal? It is, there are three planes, x, y, and z, or x, y, and z. So in these three planes, it has been parallel to the x. Look here, the origin. This is x, this is parallel to the x. So if you change the plane at an angle, look, still this is horizontal. This is not at an angle because this is parallel to x. Similarly, if you draw, some line again at this angle, escape, and now you want to make it horizontal, then sorry, wrong option, add relation, click here, make it horizontal. Look, this has become now horizontal. This is not at an angle, but horizontal. Okay, we'll make, this was made in front plane, so make it normal for you to understand. So what thing can be done is, like, even if there's a line, and last time what we selected is the line, but this time I will be selecting the points. Click here and click here, 2 points, make horizontal, 2 points, add relation. Oh, there's some problem. Just hold a second, we'll check what the problem is. We'll delete this line first. We'll again retry. Okay, click here and delete. So we will try again by making a line. Let's say this is a line, escape, and add relations, and then we'll select this point and this point. We have selected 2 points. We'll make it horizontal. Look, we made this line horizontal. Okay, I will try this thing. Let's say I'll make arc, or so this and this big. Okay, this is my arc, and deselect it. This is important to deselect, and then you can add relations. This point and this point, 2 points, make it horizontal. Yes, you did. So this was about horizontal sketch relations, and if you make a line like this, escape, go to add relations. I want this line vertical this time. Yes, you can make it vertical. Okay, at the same time if your line is at an angle like this, you can make it vertical as I have shown you right now. But now I want to make this line vertical, then I need to delete this relation first, because this is horizontal. That's why I made a new line. So now I want to make this vertical, but with different option, with the points. So click here, it should have no relations. Click here, yes, now it is vertical. This is an important thing. If you want to make this vertical, then you need to delete this first. Delete, select, delete. Now you can make this vertical like this, add relations and vertical. This is done. And why I shown you the 3-point arc is because it is not only restricted to lines and the points. Again repeating, this is not only restricted to straight lines and points, but also to curved areas. This is a curved area. Okay, escape, and then click here, deselect it, add relations, and then click here, and it should be vertical, exit vertical. This is exit vertical. So this was about horizontal and vertical sketches. So now what I'll be doing is I want to delete the whole set of lines in order to make you understand the other relations. Again, I will let you know regarding, let's say this is the line, this is one line, and let's say this is another line. Escape, add relations, and what we'll do is click here, and first I want to make this horizontal. Okay, I made it horizontal. Add relations. Okay, now add relations. I want to make this line collinear with this line. So what I will do is select this line and select this line, and then this is the collinear options. First you need to understand what is collinear. Collinear means they are in line. One line is in line with the another line. That's collinear. So this is collinear. Look, they are in line. Look, the dotted lines. Add relations. Yes, dotted lines are just kind of hidden lines. They are not in the sketch. So this is collinear. Also you can say there is one line over here, escape, and there is another line like this. Okay, and add relations. Sorry, by mistake. Let's say add relations, and select this line and then this line to make it collinear. Look, it becomes collinear like this. Or what we can do is, this is add relations. What you can do is, if you are drawing two lines, this is for understanding, and you are doing like this. I want to make add relations. Last time what we selected is this line and this line. Now we'll select this line and this line. Collinear, it goes in this way, in this fashion. But let's say my line which was at an angle, I want to keep that angle constant. So in this case, what to do? In that case, need to do something. Again we'll try escape, and we'll make one more line. Okay, the line is made now, and then add relations. We'll select this line and we'll select this point. Okay, now let's see. No, it doesn't show the option collinear. We'll select this point. No, it doesn't shows. Escape. this line, the angle should be, when you select this, look here, there is something, it is already horizontal. I don't want this to be horizontal. Okay, this should be okay, and this horizontal should be deleted. This is important. So as I was telling you regarding, if this is the angle, I want to maintain this angle, there are two options. Either we can fix this line and then we can make a collinearity. If not, then there's an easy option, like we can say it easy, like this, the two lines, but which lines, like this is at relations, and you cannot make, you can make this thing collinear with this thing and it should be at an angle, but this should be fixed. Or else we can do this line and this line, I will let you know. Look, and then I will make it collinear. Look, this is collinear with this thing, getting me? So in this way, understand, like earlier, if this was the line and this was changing, but I want to make this angle constant, don't want to change this angle, then this line, or this line at least, should be at an angle, then it becomes collinear. So it's simple, but some kind of tricks need to add up. Or you can say, there's a line, we'll go here, there's a line and it follows a sketch, for example, some kind of sketch, which is 1, 2 and 3, escape, and it also, this is another line, this is another line, and escape. It is also having, let's say, a sketch which is this small. Okay, now you want to add relations here, then add relations, click this line, click this line, collinear. Look, now what you get is like, not only the line moves but also the sketch moves, the complete sketch. So if you're working on a big sketch, then, and if the big sketch is a closed sketch, closed one, then definitely it helps the complete sketch to move with the basis of collinearity through the line. So the line is the medium, the collinearity is the medium, and the whole sketch moves. Also want to show, like, if you're making just a square and then you're making a line, and this is the line, this is the line, and let's say if you want to make collinearity relation, then go to add relations, and let's say with this you want to make it, we'll select this and this and make it collinear with the vertical. Yes, it is collinear with the vertical. Now deselect it, we'll stop it. Now I will delete all these relations and sketches for the next part, the next feature, making a line, escape, and one more line. Forget about this line, we'll make one more line. Forget this also, because okay, I'll make this line. This is the perfect line which I wanted to show you. Add relation and select here and select this. Okay, and both this should be perpendicular. So this time, look, it went up a little bit up, but that's okay, the relation between them is perpendicular. Okay, now with another sketch, like what you say is, this is a sketch and this is the rectangle, the square, and this is the line. Now whether the relation of perpendicular follows between a sketch and the line or not, this is this line and this line should be perpendicular. Yes, look here, over here it goes here, but definitely it is what you say perpendicular. Now this and I will show you some kind of arc. This is one arc, and let's say with this I will make a triangle. Okay, getting me? And now add relations, and here I want to make this edge perpendicular with this edge. Ready? Look. What you can see is like, okay, this is the edge and this is like this. When you zoom out and see here, you need to move the sketch. Yes, add relation. This is definitely perpendicular. Yeah, definitely. You know, if you want to bring this whole sketch over here, and then you can see the relations. Yes, this is definitely perpendicular. That's okay. Now one more thing, like, yes, this was about perpendicular. Now we'll delete this thing. I don't want this sketches. Now again, two lines, right click and chain, and let's say this is the line, right click and chain. Okay, and then add relations. You want to add some more relations, then click this, and this time parallel. Look, they are parallel now. You know, same with the rectangle and a line. If you want to make it parallel, right click and chain, add relations. This should be parallel with this. Yes, it is parallel in this case. Now some interesting thing, like to make an, you know, this, let's say this is our one sketch, and I want another sketch. So for that I'll make a line and 3-point arc. Click here or click here. Okay, this big, that's fine. Okay, and add relations. Okay, between this sketch and this one, both should be parallel. Definitely both are parallel. But now one more thing, I'll show you interesting thing. Make it okay. Both the sketches are parallel. Now we'll select one line like this. Okay, and chain. Done. Now add relations. Now I will add relations between this and this, and we'll make it parallel. Getting me? You understand what has happened? This was having a relation with this, which was parallel, and they were at an angle. Now this line came, and this line is having a relation with this sketch. Okay, so when I made this thing parallel, this was parallel with this. The sketch changed, but at the same time this also changed. So there are having two relations. These two are parallel, and when you click here, you can look, the parallel sign is shown, and this is parallel with this thing. So at the same time, one sketch can be parallel with both the sketches, so all the three are parallel to each other. So this was interesting thing. So now I'll delete all the sketches for the next one. Now few more features like making a line, right click and chain, and okay, right click and chain, sorry, add relations, and this time a new feature, this and this should be equal. I will be using equal. Now what equal is, of course they are not parallel, but they should be equal in distance. Click equal, look, 25 chose, so it has become equal in length. Now what you say is, now let's select a rectangle, and I want to make this rectangle a square. Understand? For example, these are the smart dimensions, and this is something let's say 100, very small, yeah. The two distance it is shown is, look, 100, these two is 100. I'll make this and this 50. This is 50 now. Look, now this is bigger, this should be 100, 50 and 100, zoom in, okay, that's okay, but I want to make it a square. So just go to add relations and let's try. This should be equal to this, so equal. No, you cannot make this equal because it is already defined, so it should not be defined in the case like this, should be deleted. Okay, if this is deleted, now add relations, now it is already a square, so no need to make a square. Like, just I will show you, like if this is like this, okay, and you are making it display relations, I don't want this relations, you know, this is the problem, this is a major problem. It should, so now this time I will not make a line, but I'll make a circle, and the circle will be this circle. This is one circle and this is two circle. There are two circles now, and with the help of smart dimensions, this and this, look, the distance is very big, and let's say I want to make it just 200. Okay, now let's see what happens if when I press enter. Look, now the distance between the two circles is 200. The circles are very big. I think I need to make smaller circles. This is one circle with 50 mm. This is my circle. Okay, this is my circle, one circle, and this is my another circle. Okay, and I'll show you again. The distance between two is 520. No, almost. So whatever the distance might be, for example distance is 1000, then also the sketch moves. Here I want to say that the origin doesn't move, only the sketch moves. Like origin is fixed, and so while you're making assemblies, different assemblies, we select the origin, and all the points are referred with respect to the origin, because origin is always fixed and it doesn't move. So this was about fixing things, and now I will delete everything for the next feed. Now about another feature is like making a line. This is the line, right click and chain. One more line I want to make is this is one more line and chain, and then add relations, and this is the line. And now I want to make a midpoint. So midpoint of this line will be somewhere here, but I want to in the midpoint I want this line to get attached to this line. So I'll select this point here, and then I will select midpoint. So first select this line and then a midpoint, so that midpoint of this line, for this first selection is important. So it will break into two pieces, and here it will bring this midpoint. So midpoint, look, it brought this midpoint. Now this is not only restricted to lines but also to curves. So for example, this is an arc, curved arc, and this time I want to use the midpoint, this this arc should come here. So for that, initial selection was this in this case, but now initial selection will be this, because I want midpoint of this line. And select this, select midpoint, look, this is the midpoint, add relations. Now don't worry, because what you saw is like this is increased, that's okay, but somehow you can maintain like this is this big. I want it only 5000. Look, this is 5000. So what you can see is this is still the midpoint. Even if you change this thing, this is still the midpoint. Let's say I want to make a smart dimensions between, I want this, let's say 10,000. Look, it has decreased, but the relation remains the same. This is 10,000. The relation still remains the same between all the three lines, two lines and one arc, which is the midpoint. So now again I will delete all these sketches. So now I'll make a line and chain, and we'll make some other line. This is the other line, and right click and chain, then add some relations, select this line, and this time I will select this point, same as like midpoint, but I'm not going to use a feature midpoint. I will use coincident. Now what is coincident? Let's see. Click coincident. Look, I made the coincident, but it looks this is midpoint, but no, this is not midpoint. Look, what is happening is, I need to make you understand about the coincident feature. Now to make you understand in a better way, I need to use some good examples. Let's say this is the line. Okay, this is the line, and now I want to make some relations. So I'll make this and this point, getting me line and point. Now coincident. Look, it comes over here. Now we understand what has happened in coincident. Like if it was midpoint, this line should have come over here, okay, and it was fixed. But in this case, you can move this line up and down, but this distance can be varied, but this will somehow remain coincident. Anything 10,000. Look, it still remains coincident. And the difference between coincident and collinear is, if it was made to be collinear, then this line would be in line with the above line, in line completely in one line. But no, here only one point is what you can call is coincident. Same is with the arc. If you make, okay, this is the arc and this is the line you're making, okay, and chain, and there is some problem in this line as it shows you. Whether delete this line because it has shown a problem, and here escape. Again, it shows that there are some conflict making this line, so better don't go for this line at all. Delete whatever you find which is not proper. Escape. Okay, now add relations, and then this and this point should be coincident. Look, this is coincident wherever this thing moves. Now if I'll make this line, look carefully, this line, and change, and then I'll add one more relation, like the two relations. So this and this should be perpendicular. Look, it shows catch has not been updated, yes, because it is over defining. So this should be deleted. This is deleted. Now this also should be deleted. Now what you can see is, when you want to add some relations over here, this should be perpendicular with this. No, this is not possible, sorry. Sometimes it was possible earlier, but yes, now this is not possible. That's alright, but this is how you can make perpendicular relation. Sorry, coincident sketch relations. So now again, deleting everything, and then now I'll make a circle, a circle and a line. Escape. You know why initially it shows red? Because it was not deselected, so that is more important. When you deselect it, that's more important. So like, make a circle, that's okay, but don't make a line directly. Make it okay, deselect it. Still it shows some error, so I'll close this thing, discard changes and exit. Close this thing, don't save. Again, reopen it. Sometimes it might happen that earlier sketches were made and now it is not accepting. So now make a circle anywhere in the front plane, that's okay. We'll make the front plane normal, okay, and then I'll make a line, right click and chain, and okay, add relations, and then this time circle and a line. What can it be? It can only be tangent. Look, this is tangent. Now when this is tangent, what you can do is, the distance between this point and this point can be maintained. I'll show you how. Go to smart dimensions, and definitely this distance can be maintained. Click here, click here. This is 20, I want it 50. Look, the radius becomes bigger, but the tangency remains the same. And what you can do is like, change it to 10, just 10. Look, now I'll make a distance between this sorry, this is by mistake. Make it okay. Smart dimensions, this and this point, let's say something will work out something. This is 38.64, but I want it say 100. Look, the length of this line increases but the tangency still remains the same. One more thing which I'll be adding is a polygon. Okay, this is my polygon I have made. Okay, and I have made a circle. Escape. Now I'll make a circle, and this is my circle. Okay, and add relations between a polygon and a circle, like this is a circle and the line in the polygon should be tangent. Look, this is tangent. This is a good examples, like this is tangent, but you know, it can be big, it can be small, but the relation it will make is always same. Now look, this can be big, this can be small, but the relation between both this, look, even if it goes here, even if it comes here, look, it's going here, but the relation of tangency remains always the same. Same as with this, if it goes somewhere far, you know, wherever it goes, wherever you take it, the relation of tangency will always be same. So this is about tangency. So now deleting the relations, like if you want to see that there are a lot of relations, as you can see, like double click the relation, it will show what kind of relations are there. Now let's say you don't know the tangency, then you can just select delete the pattern or something, delete. Okay, I don't want any relations now. Okay, I also find some relations over here, just double click, you'll find tangent, delete. You know, this is how you will delete the relations, and there are no relations at all over here. Now I will delete all these things, just delete, and then I'll make a simple sketch, you know. Okay, and without using my smart dimensions, I'll try to move this up and down. Look, without using my smart dimension, only with the arrow, this thing goes like this, this thing goes like this, you know. I will select a line. This is very necessary, how you edit your how you manually change everything. Like this is the line, I can move these lines up and down. Okay, this is one thing, and I can also select this point and look, make big, small with the help of this point. Now this is horizontal, I will delete this thing. I want to delete this thing which is horizontal, delete. Okay, now I have deleted this thing. Now select and select a point, and after selecting a point, I can move it anywhere, you know. Even a line which is placed at an angle and chain can be moved inside line. Okay, this is a line. Look, anything can be done with the help of select. This is a select button. Why this is necessary? This is necessary in case of a complicated sketches. For example, this is not a complicated, this circle is a simple one, like this is a circle, and select this and start moving the circle anywhere. So this is very helpful. Now in case of complicated sketches, like, you know, if the sketch is like this, something like this, and something like this. Okay, for example, if your sketch is like this, and you can move everything like this, you know, this can be bigger, something like this, this can change, or this varies in your sketch. But sometimes what happens is, like, when you're making it like this and your sketch is like this and you're giving a dimensions initially, then it will mess up everything, and it will screw your sketches. So what I suggest is, you first make a sketch, or a sketch, and then manually change. If it is a complicated sketch, of course you can manually change with the help of a select, and then you give the dimensions, it will be okay. But if you start a line, then start giving dimensions, start a line, start giving the dimensions, then it will be very difficult according to that line. Sometimes it messes up everything. For example, my sketch is like this, and if I want to give a dimensions, smart dimensions between this line and this line, this is wrong. I'm not talking about the degrees over here, I'm talking about the distance. So smart distance is like this line, and this point is 78. It shows I will make it set it to 80. Okay, and when I will set it to 80 and double click, after setting I want it minus 20, so it goes inside. It happens, it is going inside. But sometimes what happens is, like, look, manually if I'm changing it, manually if I change it, look, everything turns to be messy. Look what has happened, I don't know. Look, I this was never my sketch, it was something like this, and now if I'm moving, everything is moving. It's creating a problem because of this dimension. So better delete these dimensions, and then you can move it upwards. So just make your sketch and then your dimensions. So this was everything about sketch relations, and so you need to understand all these different sketch relations. Thank you.